Hey guys, so I want to do a little bit of a different video today. I want to kind of talk about what we go through mentally when it comes to creating content, particularly as a small gaming streamer slash YouTuber. Sort of the reason that I wanted to make this video is I have made a lot of friends with other content creators over the time, be it through Twitter or Twitch or even YouTube. And I've seen a lot of those people that I was actually had grown very close with quit creating content. Now, I don't know their reasons for quitting, but I do know what I go through personally, and I can't imagine I'm the only one. So I just kind of wanted to talk about my experience as a small content creator. I know there's a lot of other larger streamers who have channels that are sort of focused around helping small content creators, and they'll generally give you sort of videos about the ideas of such like, hey, you should plan out your content, or hey, you should create a schedule, or if I had this budget, this is how I would prioritize ways to increase my production value. And all of those are very helpful, though that's very valid content. But as a larger content creator, I think you kind of lose touch with the struggle mentally that you might go through when you were smaller because you're more removed from it, which is completely understandable. I mean, if you haven't been dealing with it, trust me, if I get to a point where I'm bigger, I'm going to have a tough time remembering how difficult it was in the days when I was smaller. But I want to make sure to say to people, if you are just starting streaming or you're just starting producing videos, don't internalize the results of your content. First off, there's a bajillion different options that somebody has for entertainment. And it can constitute gaming. It can constitute different platforms, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. To call us a needle in a haystack would be very generous, to be honest. We're more like a cell in the human body. And so when you create content and you're not necessarily seeing those results, understand that it's not you, it's that you're operating within an atmosphere or within an ecosystem in which you are a minute, I can't even like with my fingers adequately display how small we are within this space. And so there's been a lot of people that I see who quit creating content who are wonderful people, and for whatever reason they decided to quit, that's their own business. But I just hope it wasn't because they were detracted, because they were internalizing the results that they were getting. It's very difficult, and I think it's honestly the biggest challenge to small creators. Like, we all talk about all these other things that these larger creators, like your production value, and that's all valid things, and that's all important things. But I think at the end of the day, it's like, did you connect with your audience? And if you don't have an audience to connect with, it's hard. Like, I myself do not have particularly high self-esteem. Like, it's just sort of a realization that I've come to about myself. And it's not like it's necessarily a rational thing on my behalf, but when you are creating content, you're hoping to create some sort of stability. You're hoping to find some sort of audience. And it's one of those things that, like, if you're having trouble struggling with it, I see a lot of smaller content creators posting on Twitter. And generally their audience and their followers on Twitter are going to be other content creators. And how that generally plays out on that platform is people will see that post, and that post may be that person just struggling and needing somebody to say, hey, I can relate to you. But instead what they get is other content creators thinking, you want to be famous, you want to be discovered. Well, I create content. Why are you, better than me? So a lot of what you'll get is advice that just says you need to work harder, or you need to do X, Y, and Z that you're not doing. And there might even be valid advice in there, but if that person's struggling, that's not helping them with their immediate problem. And I think that's really one of the things that when you network with other creators gets kind of lost in the shuffle, that sometimes we just are so focused on when somebody says something, thinking that that person is looking to get famous, where that person might just be like, I'm struggling, because to fail over and over and over again in a public venue it's a little bit emotionally exhausting, even for the strongest of people. So if you are having any struggles, please let me know down in the comments. I will respond to every single comment. And just know that if you are internalizing that, and if you just kind of realize that, I know it's hard not to do because we put so much of ourselves into our creations that to kind of separate ourselves from that creation, particularly when our face is front and center in it, is a difficult thing to do. Anyways, that's it for me. I just kind of wanted to touch base on that. If this reaches somebody who is helpful, that would be enough for me. If you did find this helpful, a like is all I ask for, and I hope that you continue on your content creation journey. And if this was helpful in any way in that regard, then I am thankful that I made it. And until next time, guys, get awesome.